Brittany Freeman here, interviewing Coach Sloan. Sloan, last year was just a roller coaster with the scheduling and dealing with COVID while being in and out of playing all year. What has overcoming last year been for you and the team?
It was a long year. There were times I think we had 3 interruptions of 14 days each during the season, and one time we practiced one day, came 14 off, practiced one day, and tried to play. It was miserable for everybody.
Right.
I'm just really glad that's over and hope it never returns again.
Right. You're about to start a brand new season as we are just days away from opening up the season with exhibition games before starting conference play. What are some things that you've made key to work on during this preseason time?
Well, tomorrow night is at Pittsburg State, and they're going to be really good, and they're athletic and big, and so I think the first thing we're going to do is try to survive, the night, get through that. But no, we're going to go down there and just we're really going to focus on how we execute, how well we set screens, how well we block out, keep them off the glass. That was a big problem for us last year, and we work on that all the time now, the rebounding aspect.
Right, yeah, just working on some of those little things tomorrow, some of the kinks and stuff.
Yeah, there'll be kinks, that's for sure.
Right. So entering in this new season, you were ranked 9th in the KCAC coaches preseason ratings. How do you see the team doing as the season goes on?
This league is really good. I mean, it's one of the best basketball leagues in the country, and a lot of people, it gets overlooked a lot. But like last year, our 2 teams that made the conference, out of our conference that went to the national tournament, both went to the Sweet 16. Like for instance, Oklahoma Wesleyan played Park, who's in the Heart, which everyone has historically been viewed as a better conference than ours, and I think they beat Park by 30 something. So this is a tough league, and the other aspect of it is, we were only going to lose one senior last year, and most of the other teams were going to lose quite a few guys, and they got all those guys back. So it's not going to be easy. I mean, there's no easy games. It's tough every night, no matter where you play or who you play in this league. So do I think we're better than we were last year? Yes, there's no question about that we are.
Right.
If we stay healthy, we'll see how it goes. But I think we're gonna be pretty good.
Right. Yeah, y'all definitely have taken a huge step from last year to this year, and kind of just putting all those things together that you've been working on throughout the years, and hopefully we'll see some really great things this year. You have a lot of returners this year, as well as a lot of new faces. Can you tell us some about what to expect from these guys this year?
Well, we have 10 guys, return from last year's team, and seven new kids, 6 freshmen and 1 transfer who's a 3-year guy. So we have a lot of experience, and in a normal year you would think that would be like a big advantage for you, but everybody else has experience back too because of the COVID situation. So how that's going to help us, it's hard to say right now, but it is good for us in one aspect, is that our guys know exactly what we do, how we do it, because they've all been here 2, 3, 4, 1, 6 years now, and so that part of it is really good for us. It makes my job easier, and they help these young guys. They're talking to them during practice, telling them what they need to do and what we do here and all that stuff. So they make my life a lot easier having those guys. But as far as like individual guys that we have 3 returning all-conference guys from last year. Dante Simpson, Hunter Hoggett, and who's the other one? I keep forgetting. Brandon Phillips.
Yep.
And then we have Eric Smith returning. Year before last, he was all conference as well, and but he had a knee injury and didn't play last year. So E will help us tremendously. He's a really good rebounder and he's a really good player, solid player. So, but I just counted up here. There's out of those 10, there's 7 guys that have started here at different times. So there is a lot of experience factor. A guy that kind of gets overlooked that we don't talk about a lot is Trey Heinrich. He's like, things are just better when he's on the floor. He's not going to score 30 or he's not going to have 15 rebounds, but everything works better when he's out there. He's just that kind of guy, and he's a great kid on top of that. New kids, Jared Larson's our one transfer from Park, and we recruited Jared out of high school, but he went to Park, and thanks to COVID, he's got 3 more years, and he's a really good kid and a really good shooter, and works hard, does exactly what you ask him to do, and he'll be a big part of our rotation. And I don't even know who's going to start for sure tomorrow night yet.
Right.
We're still dealing with some issues with that, but the freshman class, the 6 kids we have in that class, if they all will stick it out and stay here, they have a chance to be really, really good as time goes on. There'll be a couple of those kids that are in the rotation and will play a lot right out of the gate. Some of them will maybe develop as the season goes on, and that maybe aren't quite ready yet, but can be as the season goes on. Jonathan Cosby is one of those freshmen. Unfortunately, he's got a fracture in his foot, and we'll miss him for another 3 weeks before he gets back on the court. He was definitely a rotation guy and was pushing maybe to start before the injury. So he's 6'8", long and can do a lot of different things on the floor. So we'll miss him, but we're well versed at playing with no size because we have had to do that a lot here. So
yeah.
We'll manage that, okay.
Right, yeah. Missing Eric Smith last year and stuff was a huge part in the 2019 season for sure. He was somebody that came in every single day, worked super hard, averaging quite a few rebounds, quite a few points each and every game. So having him back on the court will definitely increase y'all's size, increase the mobility of your team, and I think everything will pretty much kind of come back to normal for you this year. And having those freshmen also, they sound like a really great group of freshmen, so having them kind of in and out of the games and stuff like that, I think that the season will be really looking good for you this year.
Having E back makes things look a lot better just when he's on the floor, because he's a big, but we'll let him take it off the rim and take it up the court, and he's a really good passer, and he's a really, really good rebounder. He's just got a knack for being in the right place at the right time. He's a double guy, most every night, and that really hurt us last year without him. We had to depend on other people to try to rebound. I mean, Dante Simpson's our 6-foot point guard, and he was second in the conference in offensive rebounds last year. He's a really good rebounder, and he's a really good player as well. But having E back really changes things. I think last year we started 9-2, and we're playing really well. I think we'd won 6 or 7 in a row, and then Tyree King broke his finger and missed 6 weeks. And that same night Dante tweaked his knee a little bit, so he wasn't really that healthy the rest of the season either. So. We finished 500 last year with that. I think without that injury, I think we finish higher, obviously. If Eric's there, I think we finish even higher. So, each year you don't know. Anybody that says they know what their team's going to play like in the first game is lying, because you don't. Mm-hmm. You don't until they get out there and play. Yeah. And I think we'll probably play pretty well tomorrow with the experience that we have. I think so, once they get over the jitters of the first game and playing a bigger school and all those things. So I think they'll settle down and play pretty well tomorrow with the experience that we have. But I know they're excited about it, and because they've all played together for a long time now, you know, and they know each other really well and like playing with each other, and they play well off of each other. So it's a good group. It is top to bottom. I think we're probably as talented as here as we can be.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
Right. Looking at the schedule this year, what are some games that you're looking forward to playing most this season?
Well, I don't know. There's no easy ones, that's for sure. You know,
Right.
we're playing, I think, 5 teams out of the Heart, and Pitt State and Rockhurst and Fort Hays State. So none of those are easy, and there's no easy ones in our league either. I mean, it's tough. They asked us at Media Day what arena we liked going to the best, and I'll just reiterate that story. We went to Southwestern to play a couple years ago when Shandon Boone was still here, and I walked out of the gym to go downstairs, and this cat came over and started rubbing, you know, up against my leg and stuff. So I'm petting this cat. It's a black cat, you know. I'm petting it, and this lady came out and obviously says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm petting this cat." "You can't pet that. That's Jinx. That's our mascot. You can't pet Jinx." I said, "Well, I think Jinx likes me." So you know, we won that night,
Right.
which is hard to do because
Right.
Southwestern's really good. And so I told Coach O'Brien, I said, first thing I do when I get there, I'm going to go find that cat and pet old Jinx, you know, and see if that helped us out again.
Right. So along with that, what are some expectations you can tell us about that you have set for your team?
I don't know. Like I said, this league is so tough. It's just hard to gauge. You know, will we be better? Yes.
Correct.
Yes, because you know, Eric's back and everybody, Tyree's everybody's healthy. You know, besides Jonathan. So it's just so hard to predict where you might finish. You know, because everybody else has everybody back too, and and have added pieces just like we have. But I mean, this league is probably now as strong as it's ever been. This might be the strongest this league's ever been, top to bottom.
Correct, yeah, because coming from the Heart to the KCAC, I definitely can see that some of these men's teams are a lot stronger and more talented than we've ever seen.
Yeah, people people always, you know, undervalued, in my opinion, the KCAC, you know, underneath the Heart. And I mean, you played in the Heart and you played in the KCAC too, and it's not. I mean, it's the talent level is really comparable.
Correct.
I mean, it just, you know, I mean, you get past William Penn with their 16 Division I transfers.
Correct.
They're on a whole another playing field of their own. And Benedictine's always really good. I mean, there's a bunch of good teams in the Heart, but it's not much. The talent level and the skill of the teams is not much different, in my opinion.
Correct. Well, Coach, we are very excited for you this season. We know that here at Avila that the men's basketball team always brings that energy, and we're going to be really excited to be on the lookout this season and kind of see where your team grows and how they kind of accomplish this season's goals.
Yeah, I appreciate that. They'll play hard and they'll play fast and they'll guard a little bit. So we'll see how it shakes out.
Well, best of luck to you, Coach Sloan, as we're getting ready for another exciting basketball season. Home opener is set for Tuesday, November 2nd versus Missouri Valley here at Avila University. This is Brittany Freeman with head men's basketball coach, Coach Sloan. Sloan, best of luck to you.
Thanks. Appreciate it.